The Hidden Minute After Midnight, Professor Obina, a man who had mapped every vessel and nerve of the human body, scoffed at the supernatural. He believed only in what his scalpel could reveal. But an old leather-bound book he'd acquired spoke of a hidden minute, a 61st minute after midnight, when the veil between the known and the unknown thinned. Nonsense, he muttered, alone in his anatomy lab, the clock tower striking 12. The final chime faded. Silence. Then, a subtle shift in the air, a drop in temperature that made his breath mist. The digital clock on his desk flickered from 12 o'clock to nothing. It went blank. A low, wet, scraping sound echoed from the far corner of the lab. He turned slowly. Standing there, where it had been mounted on its steel pole for decades, was the life-sized anatomical model he called the mannequin. Except, it wasn't on its pole anymore. It was standing freely, its painted-on muscles seeming to ripple under the dim light. One of its plastic feet dragged slightly as it took a shuffling step forward. Professor Obina backed away, his scientific certainty evaporating into cold dread. The mannequin's head, a cross-section of brain and bone, swiveled towards him. Its glass eye, lifeless for years, now held a glint of malevolent awareness. A soft, wet pop echoed as its jaw unhinged, wider than any humans could. "This is impossible," Obina whispered, his voice trembling. A hallucination, stress-induced psychosis. The mannequin took another step, the sound of plastic on tile like grinding bone. It raised a hand, the exposed tendons of its forearm stretching taut. It was pointing at him. He scrambled backward, knocking over a tray of surgical instruments. They clattered to the floor, the sound deafening in the unnatural quiet. The mannequin didn't flinch. It continued its slow, inexorable advance, a parody of human locomotion. It was learning to walk. The lab door was behind him, his only escape. He crab-walked backward, his eyes never leaving the approaching figure. The mannequin's movements grew smoother, more confident. It was adapting. From its unhinged jaw came a low, guttural sound, like air being forced through drying tissues. He reached the door, fumbling for the handle. His fingers, numb with fear, wouldn't obey. The mannequin was almost upon him, its plastic fingers reaching, the varnished muscles of its arm gleaming. He could smell it now, a scent of formaldehyde and something else, something ancient and rotten. Finally, his hand closed around the doorknob. He twisted and threw his weight against the door, stumbling out into the empty university hallway. He slammed the door shut, just as the mannequin's hand slapped against the wood on the other side. A deep,